I think one of the reasons so many Americans are struggling right now is because the grief we're feeling is a specific type of grief known as ambiguous loss, which refers to a loss with no clear ending, no confirmation, and no closure. It's the kind of loss you see in a divorce, an estrangement, or watching a parent slowly slip away in the case of dementia. Unlike ordinary grief, ambiguous grief doesn't give the brain a moment of finality. There's no clear line between before and after, so grief can't run its normal course. And right now, we're experiencing this kind of loss in both our personal relationships and in our political landscape. Within our relationships, many of us have friends or loved ones who are still physically present. We still talk to them, we still see them, and we maybe even sit next to them at Thanksgiving dinner. But their worldview or sense of reality has shifted so dramatically that the relationship no longer feels like the one we once had. And your brain doesn't know how to make sense of that. And in the political realm, something similar is happening. Democratic norms and institutions that once felt stable are slipping away. They still exist, but not in the way we once trusted them to. And again, there's no single moment where everything changed. It's just been eroding, little by little. From a neuroscience perspective, ambiguous loss is so difficult because our brains are essentially prediction machines. Much of our brain's energy goes toward identifying patterns, anticipating what will happen next, and updating our internal models of how the world works. But with ambiguous loss, whether it's relational or political, the brain can't update the model. The changes are too inconsistent and too unclear. So the brain stays in a state of vigilance, trying to figure out what to expect, while threat detection regions, like the amygdala, anterior insula, and parts of the brainstem, start to activate. Together, this creates a physiological state marked by tension, hypervigilance, and difficulty returning to baseline. And this is exactly what we mean when we talk about dysregulation. So what can we do about this? We can't stop the ambiguity, but we can give the brain pockets of predictability through things like regular routines, shared meals, consistent check-ins with people who share our values, daily rhythms, and rituals that remind the nervous system that it's safe to settle. If you want the full explanation of this, including a deep dive into the neuroscience and the references, today's Substack piece goes much deeper into this. The link is in my bio.